Hello and welcome to my Witchcraft and Spirituality channel. In this video we're going to talk about how to attract money and abundance in your life. Before we get into the money part, I want to tell you that more important than trying to attract money is first learning how to not repel money. Because many of us, especially from specific religions as backgrounds, have what I call poverty programming. The idea that poverty is a virtue, or the idea that rich people are all immoral, or that you can't make money unless you harm someone, or that if you make a lot of money, something bad is going to happen to you to balance it. So what about all that? These beliefs keep a lot of people stuck in a poverty trap, sometimes for generations. And I'm not even going to touch people who may have financial curses and poverty curses. We're going to start from the more mild cases and move higher. I'm going to tell you something very controversial here, that after studying and researching several religions for years, I've come to the belief that a lot of the ideas in these religions about poverty are either misinterpretations, or someone corrupted the religious texts, or they were added later on. And why do I say that? Because every decent religion preaches that you should do good into this world. Even if you don't have a specific religion, if you understand things like past lives, karma, and so on, you know that the more you help, the more the universe gives back to you, right? Here's the problem though. How are you going to help anyone if you don't even have enough to help yourself? That doesn't make sense. Let's say that you have family members who are weak, or that you want to support them, because we always start from the immediate, like the people closest to us, or you have friends, or you have pets, or you are an empath and you want to help strays or orphans. How are you going to do that without money? You can't. So if you look at this religion, any religion, because they all have this thing that I'm sure that bad people did this corruption, if you look at it as a whole, it doesn't make sense that you're going to be poor and virtuous same time, because you cannot be a virtuous good person without resources to spend, to use for the greater good. So the first thing that you need to remember when it comes to yourself is that you will tell yourself the affirmation that I'm going to attract money and I'm going to do good with them. Because you can be a rich person and you can choose what kind of person. The power is within you. The people who are rich and they use their money to do bad things, evil things, it's a choice. Money by itself is neutral. No matter how much they try to teach us and program us that money are very, very bad, you can see money as a knife or any kind of tool. You can use a knife to cut bread and you can use a knife to kill. So they are neutral and they charge with energy from you, from your energy. You can be the type of rich person that makes a difference in this world. And what difference is that you sit with yourself and you visualize and you decide and you feel empowerment as you do so. Myth number 2, you have to harm other people to make money. There are professions where for someone to win, someone else has to lose. I believe that. There are competitive professions, for example, that when you compete for an award or for a sport or for an exam in college. But when it comes to making and attracting money, there is no limit. Practically, you can start your own business, you can create your own artwork, you can find something that is completely unique, or you can enter fields that there is not a lot of competition. So in that sense, you don't have to feel bad that someone else is losing for you to win. That's not the case at all. For example, jewelry making. If you make something beautiful, or if you use healing stones and so on, and people buy from you, that doesn't mean necessarily that someone else is going to starve, You're not selling something very basic. You're selling something that is a luxury and enhances people's lives. And that brings us to the next mindset shift. The next one is that money is actually a token of appreciation for the services and the goods you provide into this world. And it's not something that you should take with shame and guilt. Imagine that someone has a birthday and you bring them a very beautiful gift to show your appreciation that they are your friend or that they are your lover. Should the person feel bad for accepting the gift? How would you feel if you gave a gift to someone's birthday party and they said, oh my God, I'm full of shame that you brought me a gift, because if you didn't bring me this gift, someone else would take it. Wouldn't you say, what? If I didn't bring you this gift, I wouldn't gift it to anyone. It's just for you. It's because you are special. In a similar way, when you provide goods or services, or you do something and you get paid, That is a token of appreciation, and as an act of self-love, it's not a good thing for you to just throw it away or to contaminate it with shame and guilt. I know this is very difficult and it takes a lot of practice to undo these ideas, but you can do it. Okay, I can do it, I did it, you can do it too. Don't look down on yourself ever. Another idea is that if you attract money, something bad will happen, and usually the media feed off of that with all of these famous actresses or actors or people who made a fortune and then lost it all, and these cursed stories and so on. That has a bit of truth inside it, but there is also a way to go around it that all rich and successful people who don't have tragedies in their lives know. That's called the law of the pendulum, which means that when the pendulum swings, if you go too far on one side, then eventually you're going to go all over the other side. So if you have extreme good luck into your life, the more people envy you and curse you and so on, the more it increases the chances of extreme bad luck in your life. So how do you counter that to keep your money but also be safe? One way is you can actually do a lot of charity, or you can do options that benefit others more than you, altruistic ones. And this way, the energy that would have been removed from you in a violent and negative way is removed under your control. For example, the universe doesn't know when, for example, you lose a big amount of money, if you lost them because you were in a car crash, or if you lost them because you started a non-profit and you give all of that money to charity. I think that's the best and the safest way to do it. Decide that for every $1,000 that you earn, let's say 10% will go to a charity of your choice. If you don't trust any charity, that's perfectly fine, because I have family members who don't trust charities. Buy food, buy clothes, donate them, and so on. Like, buy physical goods if you feel that the money may go to the wrong hands. There are people, even celebrities, that they do things, they state things that they're embarrassing and negative to make people feel bad for them and repel that negative energy. If you do some research on that, there's a lot of celebrity gossip. For example, Jennifer Lawrence tripping on the red carpet repeatedly. Personally, I've watched these videos again and again, and I believe it was fake. I believe that Jennifer Lawrence was at that time, this is just my theory, okay, I don't know this person, but I'm just saying, like, my intuition is telling me that she was only 22, she had just won the Oscar, she was young, she was pretty, all of that stuff, so she had to trip because there were so many people, like, extremely envious of her and hating her, although she did nothing to deserve it. And by tripping on the red carpet, she kind of like neutralized all of this envious energy, because people were like, oh, she's just like me, after all, she's not that much different. She trips, she humiliates herself. Which, if you look at it objectively, just tripping somewhere doesn't really take away any of your power, of beauty, or wealth. But these people usually have short attention spans, so it's a very good way to keep yourself safe. If you don't want to do something like what she did and start tripping, which I would not recommend, like I said, remove some of your money or wealth or privilege and channel it to a cause of your choice, so that the universe doesn't feel that you're always getting, taking, winning, so that there is the pendulum and it starts swinging towards you losing, because you are losing, but it's under your control. Now to the practical aspect of how we attract money. The first thing that you need to do, I'm going to tell you very simple things now, but they do work, is never carry around a completely empty wallet. Even if you're broke and you have $10 in your bank account, take those bills out and carry them in your wallet. That works wonders when it comes to what you attract, because when you see an empty wallet all day, and when the universe sees it metaphorically, you will attract more emptiness. If you have even one bill, that will attract more bills. You can do the same with coins. If you're the type of person that you wear clothes with pockets, that I also do in real life, and you enjoy that feeling, put some coins into your pockets, and every time you touch them, you feel that. Herbs that attract wealth, very good one is basil. You can even plant basil and use it in your cooking and smell it in a place where you can see it every day. And in general, the color green. And I'm saying green, like any type of green that you like. You can get a green shirt, you can get a green dress, you can get a green keychain. It's a very, very like solid, strong color when it comes to wealth. If you can even paint a room in a light green color, even better. Another thing that actually will help you build wealth is reading inspirational stories first of people who made it, like self-made people. And then if you really want to take things a step further, we haven't explained candle magic yet, but I recommend getting a green candle. Or if you don't want to get a green candle or you don't have one, any candle of any color, not black, black is reserved for black magic, any kind of color, and then you can actually use it to meditate and carve a dollar sign on it, or burn some dried basil and meditate. And after you read all of these people who made it, completely empty your mind and let the thoughts pass through without judging them, and you will start seeing vision slowly. Some people, it takes longer for some, shorter for others. It depends on where you are, if you're ready. And you will start seeing yourself based on your talents in what kind of situation you could be among the self-made ones. I want you to completely remove I can't from your vocabulary, because actually language has its own power. Instead of saying I cannot afford it, look at something and ask yourself, how can I afford it? This is something that actual millionaires do. How can I afford it? They never say I can't, because that creates internal blockage. And last but not least, the most important thing is, unfortunately, we have many people around us that they are too brainwashed and they will never get out of the poverty mindset. So maybe they are not ready to learn or to maybe they are not ready to learn or to evolve with you, but they don't have the right to hold you back. So don't talk about this to anybody unless it's a person in a similar journey. Like if you can find an online community where people try to attract wealth, or a Pinterest group, or anything where the people want the same thing, and you're an extrovert, because many empaths are also extroverted, that's a good thing. You can go there and brainstorm and not exactly feed from each other's energy, but synergy is a thing. Many people who want the same thing create synergy. Please avoid all kinds of money conversations with limited people who say things like, well, you can just be born into wealth or it's over, you're going to die poor, or people who say, oh, all these people are criminals. Just don't participate in these conversations. Don't encourage them, but don't argue either, because both are a waste of your energy. You're leaking away energy trying to teach people who are spiritually deaf and blind. They don't want to learn. You can only counter negativity like poverty mindset with positivity. So visualize all the good things that can come from you. Who are you going to be helping? Who are you going to be empowering? Even if it's your closest family, or even if it's strangers, if it's pets, if it's caring for the environment, it's going to be good. So please do yourself and everyone else a favor. We have so many bad people on this planet. Your good can go a long way. And you're not going to be a bad person just because you have money. You can be a bad person if you use your money to actually do harm. But you know something? The people who did that, between you and me, they would be poor people and they would still be bad people, because I know plenty of people who are broke and they still do horrible deeds. So it's not like these people were nice and all of a sudden they got money and they became bad. It's more like they were poor and powerless, and by getting the money, their true character came out. But you're not a bad person. I mean, for me, even the fact that you watch a channel because you want to evolve and develop and learn, but people don't do that. They just think they know everything, they're better than everybody else, and they're out there trying to find the next get-rich-quick scam. Okay? If this helped, your comments are very welcome. Please subscribe, please share, because my channel is not monetized yet and I need to monetize it ASAP. And if you want topics or other videos, ideas, please share them in the comments. For personal consultations of any kind, my email is on the channel information. You can send me an email there and we're going to discuss it, okay? Thank you for watching.